All right. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, and also your co-host of GD Explanations. New content out twice a week now. Yes. Yes, indeed. And it's worth looking up because it's great stuff. Today is Thursday. That is live action series Thursday. We are going to be talking about the fourth set of 4 episodes, 13 through 16 of Jinzo Ningen Kikaida. And this is our 698th episode. We've got 840 subscribers, just 160 away from 1,000, which is pretty exciting. So thank you all. And if you could, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these episodes. Let me know what you think about Japanese superheroes in general. Which one's your favorite? Kamen Rider, Ultraman, some of the lesser known ones, such as Kikaida. I guess Sentai is pretty well known these days. Thank you, Power Rangers. And if you could, just watch a couple more minutes longer than usual. If you can watch to the end, you'll find out what's on for next week, or tomorrow, next week. Oh, beauty. So, having said all that, are you ready? Let's switch on. Okay, we begin with episode 13, Pink Tiger's Amusement Park Attack. This is the last episode of the first course of episodes. 1 through 13 is how they divided them up. This is a good one. They're starting to get into kind of your general formula here of what the episodes are going to be. But lots of action and still great shots. It's still really good. This is a great series. No question about it. So, uh, Professor Gill summons Pink Tiger to find the robot Jinbei, and that's at Yokohama Funland. I think there's Pink Tiger carrying a bomb because they're going to blow it up. They're looking for a secret circuit that will increase all the power of the Destructoids. There it is, Yokohama Dreamland. There we go. So this is, again, one of those travelogue episodes where you get to see all kinds of nifty stuff in the episode from 1972. Just one of those great things. Hanpen is still having, and it's just mostly Masaru, the kid, the boy, calling him Hanpen. Mitsuko doesn't, and neither does Jiro for the most part, but sometimes. So they're playing When the Saints Come Marching In, but that is a damn catchy tune. You just don't realize it, but it will stick with you like an earworm for the rest of the day. There's Jinbei. Now, yeah. And aside from Mitsuko being there, so is her father. And Silvercat catches them, but he runs away. And there's Jiro, in a great shot. Nice parapet. And the battle begins, and you get to see a lot of the amusement park in here, so it's quite cool. And, of course, the obligatory flute. Professor Gill does it early in the episode, so we know he won't do it twice. They never do it twice so far. But Pink Tiger thinks he's going to be run over by a high-speed roller coaster, steel roller coaster. But they didn't think this through because it blocked the sound of the flute, and the battle begins, the first battle. Lots of explosions. Pink Tiger runs away, captures Jinbei, but he doesn't know what they're talking about. He knows something's going on, but he doesn't know what. So you feel sorry for this robot that Professor Komioji built him and I guess sold him to Yokohama Dreamland. I don't know how they kept him active without knowing how to do robots, but he said he was not doing well. And now, yeah, but he's a brave robot. So I think he's an android too. But he sends out a signal, and Jiro finds it, and off he goes. So this is how they're going to torture the poor Jinbei. But Jiro sends him a message, and off he goes. And again, those televisions, the dark has closed circuit television everywhere. Lots of explosions. Jinbei's falling apart, and I mean the subtitles have some clever moments. I really enjoy that. I'm sure. Again, I do know which episodes we're going to do with the Generation Kikaida ones because I just want you to see the differences in picture quality and such. So we will have them and the subtitles. There's the secret microfilm that Komioji put inside Jinbei, and Jinbei expires, sacrificing himself so that they can get it. So an honorable death for an honorable robot. The fight begins, but again, they get away. There's the number. Oh, he destroys Pink Tiger. They put it into Jiro's memory, feed it into him there, and then light it on fire. And I don't know if they say a prayer or not, probably for their father. And off they go. And that's it. So that was, I think that's the third cat in a row. But episode 14, the start of the second course or season. And we get Silver Tortoise calls 3 monsters. Should be 3 Destructoids, resurrected Destructoids, whatever you want to. They see a flying saucer. It's not Gamera, but it is a flying turtle. And Mitsuko is feeling a little down here, and Masaru says, "Suck up, you're my older sister," and that's a very Japanese thing. Silver Tortoise is chasing Humpen, but the car stops, and he's all happy. That is some shirt or jacket he's got on there. Wow, the 70s. And Professor Gill calls up, I think, the first 13 monsters, or Destructoids. They're all back there. They've increased their strength 3 times, but Silver Tortoise has been increased 5 times. So Humpen is there watching. This is what he sees. Oh, what a great shot there. See, they were in coffins, and then they come out, and they all fight Silver Tortoise, and they're stupid. These Destructoids are stupid because instead of fighting him all at once or taking turns back and forth, they just wait and let each one have a shot. He uses his bowling ball technique and destroys all of them, except for the 3, Orange Ant, Black Horse, and Green Mantis. And they assume the forms of the Komioji family. And Hanpen wants to help them, but his legs aren't working. They menace some kind of school kids. And there he is. I hope that's a stunt double. I would not be doing that unless they paid me lots of money. I just like this. Look at the stuntman here. He's in the air. It looks like he's been hit. And boy, they had to choreograph this. These are the astounding things. No CGI, just, these guys putting their lives on the line, literally. That's a model, which was a very popular model. I mean, they sold those. So Hunpen thinks he's found them. Unfortunately, he's found the Destructoids. And then Jiro has found Green Mantis. And I was wrong. This is second episode. Sorry, I was right. So here is our the flute playing of this episode. Sometimes this flute gets on your nerves. They play it for just a little too long. But he thinks he might kill these 2, but you can tell they've got the subtle evil makeup on. And it's Orange Ant and I think Black Horse. Orange Ant puts him underground, and he gets to change, but they don't use that. So yeah, Black Horse there. He's had all he can stands. He can't stands no more. And there's the music. Everybody blows up. Pineapple bombs. So you flip him. He can't fly like that. Okay, I guess Gamera got trapped a time or 2, like upside down. And he did call Kikaida twerp, which just makes me laugh. The word just makes me laugh. Twerp. I think we were going to name a kitten twerp at one point in time, but we never did. Because, if you've ever watched the old Newhart show, where he's with Suzanne Plachette, Peterson's a twerp. Off he goes. Golden Bat's Curse Shadow. Now, this is had the opportunity. And I think if they'd have been thinking, they'd have extended it to about 4 episodes, making the emotional impact that much stronger. So we see Kikaida fighting Golden Bat, not the Ogan Bat, Ogan Bato. This is the Golden Bat, something Komori. And he destroys him. And I don't know where Hanpen is going, but he is actually dressed up as Charlie Chaplin, which the actor himself, had to have taken a lot of notes about because, you know. But he sees this and thinks it's Kikaida. It turns out it's just a drone. Rightfully so. He's got his little mustache on. The only person that can pull this off without being considered, just a, what he's Herr Schnickelgruber is Charlie Chaplin or somebody dressed as Charlie Chaplin. But he goes in to investigate. He's brave. He runs away like Charlie Chaplin. So nice homage. There he is. That one wouldn't have been so bad, but I wouldn't want to stand that close. Sorry. As you get to be of a certain vintage, sometimes your phobias increase, like acrophobia. It just does. So this man is being chased by the drones, and we've got here right away. We go into and there's a clue here: the flute, but he changes. And now this is the 14th episode. Yes. So they're kind of recapping everything here, telling you what it is in case you just started. But I think everyone really knew. So this is their home, and they've been here home in a while from the first episode. But Komyoji leaves. There's the word Cretan again. Cretans from hell. I mean, that's Hanpen saying that, but I think Jiro called them Cretans, so somebody like that. We find out this is Taro, the oldest son, who was thought to be killed, but he woke up in Dark's infirmary. Now, Jiro doesn't think he's... I thought Taro meant third son, but what do I know? That he really is, and he says he's all right, and there's plans, and they decide to go together. Everyone's together. Taro beats up some drones, and then Golden Bat shows up. He's an ugly little spud, isn't he? But he pulls... There's the flute. So was that 2 times? Maybe. They have a slight fight, but we'll settle it later. And now he's feeling unwanted because despite being an android, he does have... Even an android can cry. Yeah, you don't think I'm going to work that in every time? I'm going to work it into tomorrow's episode. Spoiler alert. Not an android, but it works. So somebody is looking at Kikaider's power, his charts. Uh-oh, it's Taro, and he's removed his troublesome conscious circuit. And so he thinks that now Kikaider can be controlled by Professor Gill. But what? That can't be. Jiro was onto him the whole time. Didn't phase him. Off they go. He grabs Mitsuko, throws her down. Jiro catches her. Now, I'm sure he's a bit salty about this whole thing because they kind of jilted him when their brother came back. But he's pissed at Golden Bat. I really like this. If we didn't have this dumb subtitle up there, that's a great shot. I guess I could have turned it off, but I didn't think about it till I seen it again. Fighting in the air, double chop, and kaboom goes the Golden Bat. This is how angry he is. We don't see this very often, but yeah, he's not wrong because they played on their emotions, but he leaves him because I'm sure he's still a little salty about this whole thing. I would be, wouldn't you? Let me know in the comments what you think. Should Jiro have been salty or just forgiven him? Because they are only human. Because nobody's perfect. All right, so our final episode here, Rouge Jellyfish's invitation to the River of Death. Not the River Styx, just the River of Death. And there we see, now Rouge, this is Dark Destructoid, the jellyfish, because I don't want to say Rouge, because I keep wanting to say Rogue, and that's not right, is female. Professor Komyoji sees Miki cleaning up the beach, or the lakefront property there. It's filthy, the riverfront. So they're having a nice time. And there's her uncle that she's crashing. Now that would not have been something you said in 1971. But it's all right. The boat rental. He doesn't like her cleaning it up. He's like, just do it. Come on. So they're gonna the mini jellyfish just attack people when exposed to light. Professor Gill. I mean, he's just a jerk. We never know really why he's doing this. I really need to ask August about this. If there was any given, because he just is. I don't know what he's doing. So I'm gonna ask him here. Somebody released them into the river, and they'll find out where they're from. And now they see their father, and they just get out of the car because the car stops. So it happens because that car, Green Beetle, just says, go. I'll stop for you, no matter what Hanpen says. But he takes it. Okay, there's the jellyfish and his jellyfish, her. I guess you can call it her. We call Jiro him. Her dronettes. This happens a lot. This dronette's underwear showing. Why does a robot need to wear underwear? And obviously they're stuntmen, but this happens a lot. But those nylons give them nice legs. So, and all of the kids, they get like 8 kids in Green Beetle, plus Mitsuko and Masaru and Hanpen as they drive away. There we go. There's the model again. And they get everyone. And he says, we saw Dad. So he's enjoying his time with Mickey, not knowing, he still doesn't know who he is. That's the building where the Dark is hiding out. So he even calls them female androids. Why does he care? But the doctor goes away, and look at how forlorn he looks. That is a great shot, too. It's green, and he's just by himself. He's sad that he couldn't get to the doctor in time because he ran away. So there's his dad. So this is the kid who's got the son or the brother. No, I think that's the son of there. And turn off the lamp. Jiro has been injured, and Mitsuko isn't falling for his stoicism, his being stoic. There we go, not stoic. Stoic sounds like something Pinky would say. This is a really bad. I mean, look at how skinny that arm is, but it works because, I didn't notice it till this time, and I've watched the show 4 times complete. So they capture Miki or the boy and the girl. He kabongs him and doesn't get kabonged back with his guitar. More fighting. There's the obligatory flute. And Tadashi is the boy through these old, I guess, dead jellyfish because they're not stinging him. He had him in his hand. Over just perfect aim over each of Jiro's ears. It blocks it. And 1, 2, 3. There he goes. He's had all he can stand. He's hulking up. Or I guess you can't really say it Jerry Lawlering up, but that's who did it before Hulk did. Where do you think Hulk got it in that Memphis territory? He's pulling down his singlet, and he's ready to kick some Destructoid butt. We have a fight underwater a bit, which is, just filmed in slower motion. He uses his super clean power to clean the water up. Everyone comes out. And and it's all going to end that way. He throws her in the water, though, and she blows up there. And that's the end there. And I'm just going to apologize right now for this particular review for tomorrow. I don't hate it by any stretch. But it's just not well, we'll talk about it. But we are going to be talking about the 1975 It's a Bird, It's a Plane musical. The 75 TV version. All right. I tried to turn this down some, and it just did not work. Oops. So, until our next assignment, my fellow agents, this is X7 signing off and phasing out.
The Superman Aquaman Power of Adventure.
Superman, Aquaman, all the superheroes. They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of might. Superman, the man of steel, performs super deeds with ease. Aquaman's the bold and daring king of the 7 seas. Something from another planet swoops upon the floe. Nothing stops the Teen Titans anywhere they go. Flash defies the eyes who follow with the super speed. Against the force of evil, the Atom will succeed. Green Lantern's power ring can accomplish anything. Superman, Aquaman, all the superheroes are the Justice League of America.